Our Capuchin way of life has a certain structure and order to it, an order that is just kind of natural and dynamic, an order that begins with a life of prayer, a life where we kind of enter in, especially to the silence. Certainly there's prayer of petition, there's prayer of praise, prayer of thanksgiving, but there's that prayer of the silence, that silence where we begin to listen deep within us for that presence of that still small voice, that voice of God that helps us to know better who God is and then helps us to know better who we are. That voice that instructs us and guides us into the way in which we are called to walk, that guides us to know what is ours to do. Once we have lived that life of prayer, then we, like St. Francis, find ourselves being called to something more. St. Francis talks about his time of conversion and how it began with he and God, but it can never just stay there. And quickly he says, "And God gave me brothers." Important. God gave me brothers, not just friends. The friends are those that we choose, and those who often share certain likes or certain aspects of life that we can celebrate together. Brothers are a little different. Those brothers we don't always choose. Brothers are the ones who come to us, the ones that are given to us, and can sometimes be quite a challenge for us. But that challenge is itself a gift, that gift that helps us to grow in living in God's mercy, living in God's love, that helps us to learn what it means to be self-sacrificial for the good of others, sometimes when we really want to, and sometimes when it might be a bit of a struggle. Right? And so that is our life of fraternity, that life in which we grow and mature and come to be better and better those people who God has called us to be. But then that life of fraternity leads us even out further into that life of ministry. What we gain in our relationships with our brothers, what we have gained through that life of prayer with the Lord, then helps us to better serve other people, to encounter the other as brother, as sister, as friend. Each person, all of creation, as we see so beautifully expressed in the Canticle of the Creatures of St. Francis. And then what's wonderful, once we've gone out into the world, that world of ministry, that world of bringing the light and love, that mercy of God to the world, then we come back once again to that place of prayer. And that cycle begins all over again.